Welcome to the Still a Man platform, where real conversations leads to real growth. Every Monday, step into Man in the Mirror, a platform where people come to share their journey, their past, their present, and the future. Real stories, real reflections, and real transformation. On Tuesdays, tap into the heart of the conversation with Still a Man podcast, honest talk, raw truth, and the kind of realness most people are afraid to dig into. And every Wednesday, ease into the middle of your week with Wind Down Wednesday, your space to reset, release, and recharge. 3 shows, 3 experiences, 1 platform built on truth, growth, and connection. Support the movement, subscribe, share, and stay tuned. Mondays, Man in the Mirror. Tuesdays, Still a Man podcast. Wednesdays, Wind Down Wednesday. This is the Still a Man platform. Real talk, real life, real people.
This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
Happy birthday, America. Last weekend, we celebrated the 250th anniversary of America's independence. Now, it was a good time had by y'all, depending on who you talk to. There were fireworks, there were hot dogs, burgers, and this wasn't all in family gatherings. This was at the, I guess, the state fair that they had in Washington and stuff like that. There was lots of speeches. Lots of the states held their own Independence Day celebrations. They had parades, all the pageantry, all the fanfare, except some individuals and some things were not cooperating with the celebration. So, because of that, we had some malfunctions. And one of the culprits was Mother Nature. She decided that it was going to be a heat wave. And then there was a lightning storm in Washington that kept the people away and had them running for cover, running for shelter from the storm. So, our beloved president, your president, my president, he said that there was over 300,000 people in attendance before the lightning storm. He said there was 150 that decided to hang out and wait to hear him speak. Such devoted, loyal individuals. All right. Now here on the home front, Boston, Massachusetts, there was a lot of popping off. Wasn't just fireworks bursting in there. There was some bullets. And some people lost their lives. Unfortunately, that's how they celebrated their holiday weekend. And for some reason, the heat doesn't always bring the best out of us during these circumstances. But I digress. Now, Independence Day. When did it happen? 1776. What occurred? So apparently, the Americas had a war in which they, let's say, won and earned their independence from Great Britain. Now there was some enlisted slaves that helped this great land earn its independence. However, the forefathers, the founding fathers, and company were not honorable individuals. I said they weren't honorable men. Because they failed to keep their promises to these slaves, and I would say Black American slaves that helped them fight in this war. So, yeah, that's the gist of things. You need to know what we are celebrating. So, again, in 1776, America earned their independence. But it is important to know Black Americans did not receive their independence from their oppressors, their enslavers, until 100 years later. You would think, some might think America should have learned the error of their ways. Why would you turn around and mistreat somebody when you flee a certain land to come here to avoid that level of tyranny? But I digress. So, guys, just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. We pledge allegiance to the United States of America, but has the Americas ever been united? I think they're more divided. And that's why we're going to talk about that current day. All right. Let's get to the first question. Did you celebrate Independence Day? And if so, were you inspired by patriotism? So did you do it for the love of your country? Patsy, let's go to you first.
Um, I more or less did it in my own way. I made some hot dogs and some sweet potato French fries. Went down by the aquarium to try to catch the turnaround of the Constitution. That was pretty much my day. And came home. You know. So, as far as being inspired by patriots, no, it's just something I felt like. I guess it's partly in subconsciousness. I might have did it in that way, but it wasn't a real thought to it. Just enjoying the day.
Yes, yes. Okay, let's hear from Gregory.
Let me get the question again.
Did you celebrate Independence Day? And if so, was you inspired by patriotism?
Yes, I would say I did, and anybody else that lives here should have celebrated it. And that's the beauty of being an American. We can celebrate Cinco de Mayo. We can celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We should be able to celebrate Independence Day too, because in all actuality, just a little correction from your speech at the beginning. Not only did enslaved black people fight, free black people were fighting in the war in the American Revolution for our freedom. So, yes, we should be celebrating it as patriots.
Thank you for making that point too, because Gregory is right. There were free or former slaves that escaped to the north, and they fought on the side of Great Britain.
And another little fun fact, certain slaves they traded on America and went and joined Great Britain to fight against us. So yeah, be a
Yes,
whole lot of snake stuff going on in your community.
yes, yes. Okay. Tanya, what's your perspective? Did you celebrate Independence Day? And was this celebration inspired by America's patriotism?
No, I did not celebrate this Independence Day. What I celebrated was my grandson's birthday. And I wasn't inspired to celebrate this Independence Day because of where the country is right now.
Mm.
Celebrating independence is celebrating your freedom and your civil rights and being treated as a equal human being. That has never been the case in this country. But more than that, they are really trying to take us back and take away our rights and everything. So what is there really to celebrate? This country isn't free, it's enslaved.
Mm.
It's still enslaved, let me put it that way.
Okay. Brimage, what's your perspective?
Well, you're gonna try to be an audience member tonight, but I guess I'll say I don't look toward celebrating Independence Day really no more ever since I lost my son. A lot of those boom, boom, boom explosions, I dread that day because of the noise pollution. Not only it kind of upsets me, um, that sound, but it also like bothers my dogs. So that's not a good damn holiday for me anymore.
Okay. Sean, how did you uh how shall you answer this question? I say, did you celebrate the holiday, or did you choose not to? And if so, were you inspired by America's patriotism?
The 4th of July has always, in my family, been a day of celebration for my grandmother, my late grandmother, and has now continued because we still go to the gravesite to visit her, and we now celebrate my granddaughter who was born on the 4th of July.
Oh,
Mm.
wow.
Thank you. That's how we celebrated the 4th of July. Um, so I've never been down to see the fireworks. I've never been to the pops. I've never celebrated the 4th of July on in the traditional way that, that is always commercialized or viewed. So
Um,
that's what I did. Um, did I hear someone? Look, did you get to everybody already? Sorry.
No, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, you're the last one.
Okay. Did I thought I heard something about the Revolutionary War that we fought in that for our freedom,
Hmm.
and that wasn't what the Revolutionary War was, to fight for our freedom, to be not to be slaves, anything like that. We fought Blacks fought in the Revolutionary War to help America try to break free from Great Britain.
Hmm.
And it had nothing to do with slavery. It had everything to do with Britain being over us and we
Yes,
being,
sir.
yes sir, what,
Go ahead, Sean.
that it had everything to do with, we didn't want to live under their rules and be taxed by them and be owned by them,
Hmm.
or had to owe any money to them.
So let me be clear about this, because I want to make sure we are on the same page. We are referring to the revolution or Revolutionary War,
Yes.
the revolution, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
that's what I heard. That's why I asked the
Yeah,
question.
I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know if we called it by name, but I know there was, and don't take my word for it, do your research. I believe there was Black Americans have fought in every war that America has engaged in. Uh
mhm.
the
Yes, sir. Free and enslaved.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal with that. And I know I cut you off, but here's the deal. We ended up fighting in the Revolutionary War because initially we weren't allowed to. the way that they ended up becoming to fight into the war is because they started losing and they
Like
called
always.
on the black troops to come save the white troops. So
Yes.
that's how they ended up fighting.
Because the
And
truth is, we know the land better.
the truth is that they got cornered and couldn't get out.
Is
They were
this
trapped.
is this where the Buffalo Soldiers came to their rescue? The
Wasn't the you had
is
the
that the
Buffalo
same
Soldiers,
war?
but
No, that's
no, no,
the
that's
Theodore
different.
Oh, that's the
Roosevelt.
next war. That's the
No,
is that the
that's
Civil War?
yes.
That's the Civil War.
Yeah, that the Revolutionary War is the Crispus Attucks,
Yes.
that era.
Yes.
Okay. So let's be clear about this because I think this next question is
Deacon,
going
no,
to
hold
be
on, Uncle D. Can I say one thing too?
yes.
That Declaration of Independence really didn't declare anything because somehow, some way, Great Britain ended up owning land over here anyways, and we still were being taxed. And then they came out with their own taxes to tax their own people in the goddamn society. It was crazy. So the
Well,
whole no
that's
taxation without representation stuff is just a whole load of bull crap.
that is just the natural order. If you come down on me, I'm going to come down on those that are beneath me. I'm not going to lose all my wealth and worry myself when I can get it from those that are working underneath me or those that answer to me. That's just what they do. That's the American way.
Most
That's
of
what it
those
is.
treaties are just like agreements. They're not even really anything that they enforce.
Again, I'm gonna say this to you guys again. You're probably gonna refer to this a couple times tonight, but again, we keep expecting our enslavers to save us. Um, question number two, it basically it talks about exactly what you guys was speaking of. Question number two. Question number two. Why did America renege upon their promise to free the Black American slaves that helped this nation gain its independence? Now, that is the question again. Why did America renege upon their promise to free the Black American slaves that helped them earn or gain their independence? And let me be clear about this before we go into this. Slavery was already in effect before the revolution, the Revolutionary War. Is that what you guys refer to it as?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay. So Sean, I'm gonna go back to you because you was alluding to some things and you was making some points about them, I should say.
So your question is, why did America renege on freeing
Yep.
the the
That helped this nation. The Black American slaves that helped this nation gain their freedom from Great Britain.
My phone has joined the meeting.
they reneged they reneged because they didn't really have they weren't collectively in agreement with freeing slaves, because after the revolution, that's how we ended up with the Civil War.
Mm.
So there was never a complete agreement on freeing the slaves.
Okay. So you say your perspective is there was never a written agreement to say to free the slaves.
There was never, whether there wasn't a written agreement or not, there wasn't an agreement amongst the different colonies.
Got it. The founding fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. I see someone just joined us. iPhone. I'm not certain if that's Itama or who. iPhone. Am I correct? All right. All right. So in any case, If you are listening, you're listening. I'm gonna call upon you because you're here. Patsy, hey, same question. Why did America renege upon their promise to free the Black American slaves that helped them gain their independence?
Because they still wanted to profit off of the Black community in this country.
Mm,
They had no intention on freeing the ones that actually helped in the war.
mm,
And that goes from the revolution all the way up to the Civil War, which was actually to help free the slaves.
mm-hmm,
But they had no intention between though all the wars in between the Revolution and Civil War.
mm.
No intention of freeing the slaves.
That sound like you did you like history, U.S. history, when you was in school?
Um, kind of, but you got to keep up with information.
Got
You
it.
got this.
Got it. Because you explained that very well. Well done, Patsy. Well done. Brimage, same question. Why did America renege upon their promise to free the Black American slaves
Ba-
upon that?
Basically, I was going to say something similar to what Passy said. But I'll put it this way, since he said, said it before I got there. Listen, it's just like a man with a dog. You rely on your dog to protect you, do things with you or for you. So why is this man gonna let loose you know, his worker, his animal, his probably
Uh-huh.
protector in time of need? He's profiting off of this slave. So they didn't have no intentions of really freeing or doing anything with them. It was quite like manipulation.
Ah, okay. What you say, Tanya?
I'm going to agree with the panel, and I'm going to add that I think Abraham Lincoln was the one who gave them um, the the I want to say proclamation to be freed if they fought in the war on his with his army. And I'm going to add that it was the first step in the illusion of having Black Americans or Black slaves think that they could be free,
Mm,
which is why and the other ones, they didn't want to lose the revenue because they looked at us as property and and wealth,
Cattle.
money instead of as human beings, which is why when 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 he tried to live up to what he said, they shot and killed him.
ooh, not the bullet.
He was he was too progressive for him.
Yeah. Gregory, what's your answer?
Yeah, I agree with most of what the panel said. It all leads up to the Civil War. These people, they were probably pulled to the side and asked for their documentation. They didn't have their documentation or something. You get what I'm saying? Because they had a lot of people that were supposed to be freed after, and these slave owners basically reneged on their agreements and sent out bounty hunters to collect their cattle, whatever they chattel, whatever they called us back then. So,
They called you cattle.
and then you had free. It's ideology. Them thinking that they're better than us and that they're superior to our race, and it's okay for them to do what they're doing. And us believing that we're slaves, like even us saying that these people are slaves, knowing that they fought in the war, we should be calling them black patriots or war veterans or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
Um,
It's
he
ideology.
he who tells the story controls the narrative. So if this
Or
is a
black Minutemen or something, because they were free men too that got their shotguns and muskets and went out there and fought in that war. So
They were called a
they're
lot of
patriots.
they were called a lot of things, but I don't think the Patriots was one of them.
Mm-mm.
They're
Because
black patriots.
that implies that they would be equal to them, and we all know that is far from what they think. Um, so hold on, did I get everybody? iPhone, are you participating? Do you want to answer this question? All right. All right, guys. I'm gonna say this. When you log in, you know how this works for everybody. If you log in, I'm gonna call upon you once or twice. If I don't hear from you, then I'm going to assume you don't want to participate. All right. Let me answer this question real quick. All right. Let me tell you something, right? I'm just gonna say it again. Yeah, there is no way that those that oppressed you was going to set you free. They was not gonna do so. Like y'all said, they stood to lose too much income. They were set in their ways. They like that money. They like that free labor. So even though they received their freedom from Great Britain, they was not about to set you free because that was going to take food off their table, money out their accounts and stuff like that, and they wasn't gonna. They would rather kill you than set you free.
Why would we think that? Why would we think that these would be honorable to begin with? To honor
Yes,
the word, because they were thieves to begin with.
that's right. That's right. That's right. Say that. Remember, we talked about this before. The Americas' founding fathers were rapists, thieves, murderers. Again,
And Great Britain never set them free. So why would they set their people free?
Great Britain, and let's respond on that. These individuals, uh, Great Britain. See, we're going to talk about the tyrannies of America, but they first existed in Great Britain. So those mofo's, they also participated in those disingenuous acts because they too re-enslaved the free slaves that were in Great Britain. And so that should tell you something about them and the Americas. So again, remember, supposedly those are our cousins across the pond. Hmm. Hmm. Birds of a feather flock together. I'll just say that. All right, anybody else got a rebuttal? Anybody else want to speak on this? All right, guys, this is good. Question number 3. Does the constitutional phrase, all men are created equal, contradict the historical realities that continue to impede the advancement of most minorities? Sean, what's your perspective?
Say that last part of it again, please.
So again, get the whole
Mhm.
question. Question number 3. Does the constitutional phrase that states all men are created equal contradict the historical realities that continue to impede on most minorities? And hold on, Sean. Let me give
Yep,
y'all a
yep.
little help with this question. So
Isn't that the Declaration of Independence phrase?
Yes.
Constitution. It's part of the Constitution.
Constitution. Mhm.
So what I was going to tell you guys to add to this is these are the let's say, what do we refer to them, Sean? Is it iniquities?
Okay.
These sins consist of slavery, segregation, and discrimination. So that's why I say historical realities. Go ahead, Sean.
All right. So I would answer it like this. When that phrase was created and stated, we need to understand that we were not part of the equation.
Yes, yes. Go ahead, speak on it.
So because we weren't a part of the equation from Jump Street,
Mm-hmm.
I never look at it as we've had legs or rights to it today.
Mm-hmm.
As for the credit that so many people like to give Abe Lincoln, him fighting or even putting that into place was a war strategy that had, yes, he was on the side of abolishing slavery, but if you go back and look at a lot of his quotes that he's ever said,
Yes, sir.
his first priority was for the Union. He was against the Confederacy.
Mm-hmm.
And he even said, if there was a way to save the Union
Mm-hmm.
without freeing one slave,
Slave, he
he
would
would
have.
do it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mm, 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 mm.
And people be going around thinking these people are righteous, man. You just
Well,
don't.
let's
And
be clear
so
about
him
this.
doing the the Emancipation Proclamation,
Uh-huh.
that was a strategic war thing because what he knew that it would do, what it would if he went with the let's free the slaves, this and the other, it would weaken the Confederate side.
Mm.
That's all that was.
Mm-hmm.
So let me say this, Sean,
Yes, sir.
because is that does that imply that Abraham Lincoln came by his nickname honestly? They referred to him as Honest Abe because
Honest Abe.
he spoke the truth. Or
No, from what I understood, yeah, yeah, he spoke the truth supposedly because he, you know, never lied.
yeah,
That's what they said. So
He
yeah,
just
yeah.
knew them yellow belly cowards down there used to send their slaves out instead of trying to fight for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
for the founding fathers,
Yep.
there were how many founding fathers were there?
Uh, so so it depends on who you talk to,
Okay,
because a lot of people equate the founding fathers to those that are depicted on Mount Rushmore, the images on Mount Rushmore. But the
okay,
founding fathers were all the people that was a part of the colonization, the people
okay,
that supposedly first stepped foot on this inhabited land.
So they
okay.
really didn't
They're
Well,
fight
the
well,
ones
first.
that went on that boat
no,
ride
no, no. The
to the
founding fathers.
Declaration of Independence across the
So
pond.
okay, so when that explanation that you gave, Dave, is when people are trying to be. I'll say it like this: these are my words. When they're trying to be funny, when they know that historically we've always was taught that the founding fathers were those that put the Declaration of Independence and all that into
Exactly.
place.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So we're
Yes,
not gonna.
sir.
So my question is going to be, how many of those individuals? We're not going to talk about the ones that supposedly that other stuff that you just said.
The ones that appear on the Mount Rushmore,
Okay, so all of them are considered your founding fathers.
they are of the
There's
founding
four of
fathers.
them,
Other
They are
and
of
they
so,
the
all
but
was on that boat
Let them
ride.
finish talking.
there was considered, I think, 7 or 8 of them,
yes, but
and out of those 7 and 8,
yeah,
more than half of them had slaves.
Mm-hmm.
and you are absolutely right. And they
Abe
had
Lincoln
slaves.
even had slaves. Abe
Yes,
Lincoln had
Mm-hmm.
12 slaves at the time of him doing the making the proclamation.
yes, and so did Jefferson when they
And so did
signed.
Well,
Washington.
Jefferson had over 300
Benjamin too.
slaves.
Benjamin
Mm-hmm.
Franklin is not.
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin is not on the
No, but he's considered a founding
yes,
father.
yeah,
Yeah, he was on
yeah,
that boat
That's why I
ride.
said you have that the four, but then that's why I said that
yeah.
you have that four, but there was between 7 and 8 altogether.
And I think that they put those founding fathers on there because put those four up there as founding fathers because they were presidents. The other
Mm-hmm.
four mentioned they're not. So
Right.
but all of those devils, all of them, they all own excuse me, those damn devils all own slaves. And they were monsters. Every single one of them. There is no such thing as a good slave owner.
Here's your list: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, and John Jay.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, if you go back and you check the ancestry of those individuals, they come from a long line of murderers, rapers, and
Yes,
other things.
peasants. They used to
So,
eat rats in the dungeons of England.
oh, okay. All right, Sean, was you finished?
Yes, sir.
Gregory, you had a chance to answer that question.
I agree with Sean.
Robert, what's your views?
I agree with Sean.
Patsy, what about you?
Can I get the question again?
Yep, no worries. Question number 3. Does the constitutional phrase all men are created equal contradict the historical realities that continue to impede the advancement of most minorities?
Yes, I agree with the panel, but you also got to include at that given time, women were minorities also.
Yes.
So we didn't have any of the same rights, so it was contradictory because they say all men. They didn't say nothing about the women in here in this country because we were held crazy. We were carrying, y'all got, these men got us pregnant, got us, was married to us, or even at that, it's like, even if they weren't married to us. And these slave women were also having babies by these founding fathers, so
They were being raped.
No,
that's
she's not
what I
just
mean.
talking about the women of color. She's talking about white women as well.
Yes, like in
City has
general,
joined the
I was
meeting.
talking about the
what,
enslaved.
yes, but then when that's what I meant by even the slave women, which they were basically being raped, and a lot of these white women were being raped even if they were married to their husbands. If
Mm-hmm.
you were obligated to have sex with your husband whether you wanted to or not. You didn't have the right to say no because you were less than human.
Mm.
As a woman, white or black or whatever, you know?
Second class
And
citizen.
they
That
came from that lifestyle in England. They had concubines and kings and queens, and the queen
well,
had to
that's
let the
a
king
lot of
sleep with
your
whoever he wanted to. It's crazy.
yeah, well, that's a lot of European and Middle Eastern countries. So that was their thinking, the thinking, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and the action showed for it.
Mm-hmm. Again, the big 3: murderers, rapists, and thieves. Tanya, what do you say
Repeat the
about question number
question.
3? Question
Repeat.
number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Does the constitutional phrase all men are created equal contradict the historical realities that continue to impede the advancement of most minorities?
I'm going to say yes, it does contradict. And the other thing that it does is that these so-called founding fathers were supposed to be believers of the Bible. And so by them putting that word, all men are created equal, was supposed to be in the sight in the eyes of God, that all men were created equal. In that aspect, I'm gonna say there's some truth to it, but they, being the people that they were, was thinking more on a carnal sense rather a spiritual sense.
Mm. So,
Yes.
so would you have me believe that these devils would omit the word, that they would add and subtract?
That's what they do. They still do it to this day, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So again, why do we expect those that enslaved us to save us? Hi, did you have more to add?
No, that's it.
Timmy, welcome. We are talking about America's 250 years of independence, a celebration had by all, depending on who you're talking to. And we are on question number 3. And let's see what your perspectives is. Does the constitutional phrase, all men are created equal, contradict the historical realities that continue to impede the advancement of most minorities? So simply put, is that phrase, all men are created equal, a bunch of BS based on current affairs?
Well, according to the Constitution, that's what it says. But there are people who try to go against the Constitution and say that it ain't true and they can do anything they want to black. But let's be clear, the what the Constitution did, it helped set boundaries for those who would, and I repeat, would follow the fucking law. The people that are not following the Constitution are the ones who wants to convert back into the Jim
Yep.
Crow and Ku Klux Klan, where white were, dominant and blacks had no rights at all.
Mm.
So this is this is where the problem comes in. Now, I don't care what those folks are talking about. The Constitution states every man is equal. Now, the people that are in power, legislators, mayors, governors, all those people, if you put the wrong one in, then you're going to get divided. You're going to get divided.
Okay. Say less. Say less. Hi. Let's go to question number 4. This
We
is
got
good.
Klansmen.
You had something to add to it, T?
I was just gonna say that I don't know why we are surprised that the the Ku Klux Klan didn't originate in the Civil War. They came over here on the boat.
Yes, ma'am. These people like to change their names. Even the
Yes.
Roman Empire, and then them breaking down into different. Well, but even before that, they was Eurasia, and then they started changing it. They love to change their name and take up new cultures. Now they're holy people, and now they brought the Bible, and now all this other crazy stuff after they done robbed
Oh,
people
they're
of
going
their
to repeat you.
riches.
So
I.
It's
They're,
crazy.
they're going to refute you for saying what you're saying about them. You are telling the
No, because
absolutely
I'm
truth.
saying if you want this
No,
information
no,
that you're
Grizzly,
hearing.
did you hear what I said? I
No, I
said
know you
you are
agreeing with me.
telling the absolutely truth, but they want their supporters to view it in a different way. See, this is how they brainwash people, because if they can get a bunch of idiots that follows what they're saying and that believe the same ideology that they do, then they're gonna brainwash them. They're gonna use them.
Mm-hmm. Tanya?
but I'm just saying that the country was founded by by the Klan. That's why it, when the people rose up against them, and that's where the redlining come from. That's where the Reconstruction come from. That's where the Klansmen on the Supreme Court today are systematically taking away the civil rights of people.
Mhm.
Um, because they want to be the only ones in charge.
That, my dear, that is those are the historical realities that continue to impede most minorities from advancing. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That speaks volumes about slavery, segregation, and discrimination. It's still
And
taking place to current day.
Yeah.
and yeah,
And
Dave, don't let's not forget the first black Supreme Court judge went against us. And he had that same system help him get where he's at. And he wanted to, eliminate it so there be no other blacks coming behind him.
Are you talking about Thurgood Marshall?
No, no,
No,
no.
he's
I'm
referring
talking
to,
about fucking Thomas.
But the Thurgood was the first.
yeah. So you're
No, I'm talking about Thomas because he had voted against Roe v. Wade that helped his ass.
okay. Well, let's not make this about that individual. Let's because we got
No,
five
no,
other.
I know, but Dave, it was pertaining
Yes, yes,
to
it's relevant. It's relevant. It speaks of the atrocities that bring about new atrocities. Well, I wouldn't even call them new atrocities. I would say
Continued.
yes, it rehashes.
to
Um,
continue obstacle courses. That's what
mhm.
it be.
All right, let's move on to question number 4. Question number 4. This is a good one. Everybody, go to your respective corners. And I'm about to let you know 2 minutes. And let everyone speak their mind and do not interrupt them. Let them say what they got to say, and I will tell you when 2 minutes is up. All right, question number 4. During Donald Trump's Independence Day declaration, he openly referred to the Democrats as communists, subsequently classifying said party as a mortal threat to America's liberty. So I repeat, Donald Trump called the Democratic Party communists, and he said they were a mortal threat to America's liberty. Do you agree or disagree with him, Gregory?
Oh, I definitely agree with him. They got Marxists and communists all through their whole DNA. They're not in for the betterment of the country. They're in for destroying the minorities and staying in power. They don't even want young blood to go into these representative houses because they want to keep it in their circle. So yeah, I agree with him on that. And I watched the whole goddamn speech. So he didn't say anything wrong within that half an hour and some change. He just was saluting the people that died fighting for this country. And to add to it, he started off with the African Americans. You know why? Because he knows that we are the foundation.
Okay. Say less, say less. Let's get Patsy's perspective. Patsy, do you agree or disagree with Donald Trump's statement when he referred to the Democratic Party as communists and said that they are a mortal threat to America's liberty?
no, I don't agree with him. Just for the sheer fact he took us to a war that didn't even make sense to start a war with Iran. So you put not the military, U.S. citizens, in harm's way. Um, and that's a dictatorship.
Mm.
So he should be one to talk about the Democrats when he's doing just as like I'm not saying the Democrats are innocent too either. But he's supposed to be the leader and he's supposed to be setting the example, but he's not. He's just like the founder father, just like I don't give a hoot about nobody. It's all about me. Blah 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 blah. Whatever, and does what he wants.
Right. Brimage, what's your perspective? Do you agree or disagree with Donald Trump's statement? Uh, Democrats are communists and they are a mortal threat to America's liberty.
I disagree. That's my answer.
That's good. Tanya, what do you say?
Repeat the question.
During Donald Trump's Independence Day his declaration, he openly referred to the Democratic Party as communists, subsequently classifying them as a mortal threat to America's liberty.
Okay,
Agree or disagree?
I disagree. I'm going to start with every accusation with Trump is a confession. He is destroying the liberties of the United States. He is actively putting people in place. He's taken away our, actively stripping us away, stripping our rights away. He stripped away the woman's right to choose. He ended the civil rights division of the of the Congress, not the Congress, the administration that fights to protect, to make sure that our rights are being protected. He's actively had the Supreme Court strip away our voting rights. Go when the voting rights go, other civil rights go,
Mm-hmm.
other rights that we take for granted today are gone. Um, how can you say that when you have white supremacists marching
Uh-huh.
in Washington saying reclaim America when they stole America? So yes, we do need to reclaim America, reclaim it for the people who it belongs to, and it don't belong to him and his people.
Okay.
The beauty of America is its diversity.
Mm.
When you strip away the diversity, you strip it away. Well, how can I say this? We bring the flavor, we bring the culture, we
Mm-hmm.
bring the innovation, we bring the creation, we bring the wealth. When you strip all of that away from America, you are bringing America to nothing but a shell. You bringing America to Great Britain, what they tried to run away from.
Okay. Timmy, what's your perspective? Timmy, turn your mic on.
Yeah.
The question is, during Donald Trump's Independence Day declaration, he openly referred to the Democratic Party as communists, subsequently classifying them as a mortal threat to America's liberty. You have two
Uh,
minutes.
you don't have to say nothing else, Dave. Um, when you worship, and that's what he want people to do. When you worship a pedophile
Oh,
in his fucking pedophile class that he got with him, they all are fucking pedophiles. And they all are fucking schemers and fraudsters. And, you know, this guy is a projector. Everything that he say about somebody else. He's really telling on his fucking self.
Okay. Again, I'm going to repeat the big three: rapists, murderers, and thieves. Those are the reported qualities, the prerequisites, I should say, for
And
the founding
then
fathers.
he's all three of them. He's all three of them.
Mm.
He's all three of
That's
them.
what
He's
I'm
a
saying.
murderer.
Let them finish.
You finished, Tim?
I'm saying he's all three of them. Just what you were saying, a
Okay.
murderer, a thief, a pedophile. That's what he is. He
Okay.
murdered innocent people and he's robbing the fucking country blind.
So I'm gonna repeat, and then I'm gonna go to Sean. Again, it seems as if the prerequisites for our founding fathers of the Americas happens to be rape, murder, and theft. Sean, let's see if you can make some sense of this. You need the question again, or you good?
Please.
During Donald Trump's Independence Day declaration, he openly referred to the Democratic Party as communist, subsequently classifying said party as a mortal threat to America's liberty. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree that that's what he believes. And I say it like that because you have to take into perspective of what he said, make America great again.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all know what that phrase means. So he's trying to bring us all the way back to the Jim Crow era, which
Mm-hmm.
means, and so the meaning of communist and trying to call the Democrats communists is trying to say that the Democrats are trying to look at everybody as equals. And he's saying that in America, we have to have different classes and hierarchy for things to run accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I agree with him saying that he believes that the Dems are being communist because the Dems are trying to say that we are all equal and that we need to all be on the same playing field. Him and his party does not believe that.
Mm-mm. And never will they.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
I got a rebuttal.
Hold on. Before you do, let me just say this. Mr. President, I have looked into the eyes of the enemy, and they look a lot like you, sir. Go ahead, Gregory.
In the words of Malcolm X, your community has been run amok, bamboozled, hoodwinked. This is what we've been going through because I keep telling you every time, LBJ, Democratic president, told y'all, I'm gonna have these Negroes. He didn't call y'all Negroes. I'm saying that to bleep it out right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna have them voting Democrat for the next 200 years, and it's actually happening. Yes, they don't believe in your liberty, and this is mainly for the black people that keep becoming hoodwinked and bamboozled and thinking these people that you're voting for, that these token Negroes that they're putting in front. It's so crazy that I gotta quote this stuff and nobody's seeing it, and you're so mad at this dude that did nothing wrong. It's crazy. If you feel like he's destroying their system that we know needs to be destroyed, because we just said that certain things were created when people weren't considered equals. So why would you even sit there and fight for something that you know didn't have you in mind. You get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you even talking about it being a democracy when they keep telling you into the republic for which it stands, like we are really, are we this crazy and insane to let these people tell us what they want us to do and keep doing it? It's nuts. Yes,
Uh,
he's not lying to you. These people are communists. They work with China. They go over there. They do stuff with the real communists, and then they come back here and make it seem like, oh no, it's the Republicans. Let's point the finger when we know that these people are over there with joint citizenship, creating things that they're not supposed to be creating. The next thing you know, it's an outbreak for you and me.
well, again,
You
go
the
ahead,
black
Sean.
Republican, huh?
Sean, go ahead.
So
You
No,
ain't
I'm an
never vote
American.
I'm
Wait,
Republican,
wait,
I'm
wait,
then,
wait,
sir.
wait. Sean has the floor. Go ahead,
I'm not
Sean.
gonna refute what Gregory said as far as where he stands and what the whole, because again, I'm a person that likes to keep things in its proper context.
Mm-hmm.
And when the the changing of the ways of the Democrats and Republican and this, that, and the other, because when you start with the LBJ, and when you quoted that he said that he'll have the blacks voting democratically for the next 250 years. Again, that is a system that they have put us in because of the simple fact that now that the blacks at the time when LBJ came along was really just now starting to be able to vote and their vote counted.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like
my
our right to vote
Yes, sir.
is literally, maybe for those of us that are in our 50s, maybe 10 years older than we are, 10 to 20 years older than we are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And can I say something to that effect too? If you think about it, all those folks that went to see Trump, all them cowboys and etc. that are in that realm of what thinking on Trump's level, when it started thundering and lightning and had that thunderstorm, where did they run to? To the
The
shelter.
historic black museum. And you know who he started his speech
Exactly.
off with? A
Right.
historic
Right.
black
Tell them,
veteran.
Pastor.
wait,
Y'all are
wait, wait,
crazy.
wait, wait, wait.
You're
Where did
not
they
Well,
proving
run
nothing by
did
past?
they
saying that.
learn anything while they were standing in there?
Say it again,
Right.
Pastor.
Yes,
Dig it, Pastor. Dig it.
yes.
Dig
Did
it.
they learn
Dig it.
anything about their
I just
black
told you he
history?
started off his speech with somebody that is an African American
No,
veteran that
no,
held the
Gregory.
Meaning
flag
No,
what?
up.
What
no,
does
no.
that
Stop
You
mean?
moving the
missed it.
That's
You
goalposts,
his
missed
brother
it,
black
Gregory.
history.
You missed
Stop
it,
moving the
Gregory.
Yeah, he
goalposts,
sure did.
You
Johnny.
missed
Can,
it, Gregory.
He
You
didn't miss
missed
Did
it.
what
they
He
she
learn
said.
something
purposely
while they
missed
was
it.
in
He
there? I
can
heard
purposely
her say
missing
that.
it.
can I say something
Go ahead. Go
on this
ahead.
aspect? Um, our right to vote is the most important thing. It's supposed to be,
Exactly.
we're supposed to be governed by the people. Those people that are in Congress are there to help to write the laws and regulate the laws for us. The Constitution is is a living, breathing document, meaning that those KKKs that have been sitting on the bench talking about they are originalists have been stifling us from progressing forward. Now, if the the Supreme Court has taken more power than it was originally given, so that they can shape the country towards their ideology. We the people have are the ones with our votes that can change and shape the Constitution to reflect current day situations. By them talking about their originalists and trying to govern on precedent is what has stifled us from being able to progress forward.
Well,
Donation.
that and
Donation. Donation. Donation.
Go ahead, Sean.
That that
They
there help
actually are originalists. We follow all their ideology,
donation. When
European
people
philosophy.
look at
Sean,
these
go
big
ahead, say what you got to say.
these big
Hold on,
name
let Timmy make his point. Go ahead, Timmy.
these big name companies, when that people donate politicians, they donate to those companies. They are donating for one goddamn reason, for the politicians to make cuts for them that's going to benefit them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why they donate to these people, because they can control them with their money.
Okay. Sean?
And Tanya alluded to it real good when she made the statement about we need to get out and vote. Yes, the Supreme Court is doing what they're doing and calling themselves, the originalists and this, that, and the other. But it's up to us to get out and vote and put the people that we want to put in place, that we believe and know that has our best interests at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as we don't get out and vote to put those people, and then once you vote and your person gets in there,
You got to hold them accountable.
There you go. And that's where we lack as a group of people.
It's a combination of the two, Sean. It's a combination of what Timmy
Yeah,
said.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
those people just don't give a goddamn about
It's
you.
a
The ballot or
combination.
the bullet.
It's a combination of what Timmy said about the dark money coming in and paying the politicians for them to vote in their favor.
And that is a huge part. But if we have more of us of our like-minded people in place,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually hold them accountable, some of that dark money just might not make it to where it needs to make it to.
Yeah,
because
Sean,
if
go
enough
ahead.
people hold folks accountable and put them on blast and this and the other, some people might even stand up on their moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
Tim?
Yeah, but Sean, we seen how they portray things that ain't really what it looks like. We've seen it happen with Chuck Turner. You know, when we put people in place to help us, they always try to find something to revert them back as they couldn't be trusted from the start.
Oh, you
They
didn't
were
get the butt of
nothing
the
but
joke.
low life.
You didn't
They
get
were
it, buddy.
nothing but opportunists trying to get ahead, and they would, because they look at all black politicians as like they don't look at them as the same as the white politicians. They know the white politicians are stealing, but then when the blacks come in, they automatically say they out to steal.
Pause for a second. Pause right there. See, that is a problem right there.
My phone has left the meeting.
When you start referring to everybody, categorizing everybody, you're stereotyping. You're trying to fit us all into one little snug pocket, and that is not the case. You just made an unfounded statement when you said they know that all of them steal, the white people do this, and they know that the black people politicians are going to steal too. That is not necessarily true. There are devils on both sides of the aisle.
All politicians are
Democrats,
crooked.
Democrats and Republicans.
Opportunistic,
The
for sure.
Democratic Party and the Republican Party had some dishonest individuals on both sides. They're good and bad. They just happen to be, their political affiliation happens to be a Democrat or Republican. But
That's
let's
They're
move
why
on,
all
you
crooked
guys.
because they're running
that's
on a
why
system.
Let's
character matters.
let's
They're running on a system
let's
that
let's
comes from
let's
slavery.
let's move on. I'll just say this before we go to the next one. Tanya, you know this, and you know everybody else that shares the faith. That's why you're supposed to put your trust in God,
God.
your faith in God, not in man.
And the character matters.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yes.
How the
Hold
hell
on,
they
Timmy.
got that on the
Tim,
fucking money?
Timmy,
Trust in
hold on.
God.
Hold on. Let me pay these bills. Everybody go to your respective corners because the fifth question is about to blow it open. But let me pay these bills real quick. All right, guys, this episode of the Still a Man podcast is sponsored by EmporiumPlus.org. Remember, people, EmporiumPlus.org is an online store. If you can't find what you were looking for in this store, then you are not shopping in the right store. Robbie, tell all the viewers what brands and what items they might find when logging in to EmporiumPlus.org.
Well, guys, today we're gonna try to spotlight something. This is something is Jews from Adopt or Perish. Um, we should not be labeled as a beast of burden. Um, that's in reference to encaged dogs, the comparisons of enslaved slaves, you know, the slaves that was captured and held in cages and came out to do heavy and on command task that your masters need. Over here at EmporiumPlus.org, we're not forcing you to push your finger, you know, order item, have it shipped out to your home. You will find fashions in all brands. And we forever adopt a perish ladies first. SOS support our sisters. U-Serum, and Still a Man, and also some merchant Emporium Plus. For our viewers on YouTube, we appreciate you guys. Keep smashing like button, spam a comment, drop an emoji. For those who haven't yet joined the boat, come on, float on, and do the same. Thank you, thank you.
Sound like you ready to go back in the studio, Robbie B. All right,
Yes, sir.
let's go on to the fifth question. All right, everybody get ready. Tanya, are you ready?
I'm first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, okay.
You're gonna set the tone. Question number 5. If Congress allows Donald Trump's likeness to be added to Mount Rushmore, will this diminish the value of said national monument?
Whew. How can I say this? I think, let me try to put this in the right context, because everybody who's up there right now has slaves, didn't look at us as human beings, looked at us as property. So I think for some people, it would they would think that it would be rightly just that he's up there. For the
Mm,
KKK, it would be rightly just that he's up there. For the rest of us, it will be an abomination.
mm. Just to add to uh
That it would add to it would add to the it would solidify that this country is not independent country. It's not a democratic country. It will solidify that this country has gone into fascism and um, autocracy.
I would say um it will solidify the fact that they have yet to evolve.
Exactly.
They've given it appearance that they have, but they have an unwillingness to do so.
It,
Sean,
it was it was
wait.
solidified that they haven't learned from their past mistakes.
Okay. All right. They have yet to learn the error of their ways. Hold on, Sean. I'm gonna go to Timmy first. Timmy, 2 minutes, my brother. Question number 5. if Congress allows Donald Trump's likeness to be added to Mount Rushmore, will this diminish the value of said monument? Timmy, what do you think?
Ah, shit, that's a fucking joke. The Rock ain't gonna be able to hold that dumb motherfucking space in there anyway. They having enough problems keeping them four faces obtained. So to add that dumb motherfucker space, uh, uh, his fucking likeness brings curse. So if they try to put his fucking shit there, all their faces gonna fucking start crumbling and cracking and falling down.
Now pause right there, my brother. I think in that sense, what you are saying is speaking the unadulterated truth because this man has made it clear he's petitioning that he wants his face to be put up there, but they've already told them at what cost, the effect of adding him would be. It would be a catastrophe. But I believe because of his way of thinking, he does not care if he has
No,
to sacrifice the existing images on said mountain just so he can stand alone. He wouldn't care
no,
if all the rest of their faces would diminish in some way, some shape or
no,
form.
my brother, I do not think it's that. Because he has a complex with himself as a boy, a man that he is, a fucking elderly that he is now.
Mhm.
He never amounted to anything. So everything that he does, he tries to act like he's top of the food chain when everybody can see he's not even near the top of the food chain.
Okay.
So the fool tries to project that I'm number one in golf and no one can beat me. I'm the best fucking golf builder. I'm the best high
Joe
rise
Biden didn't want her to
builder.
play him.
So everything that he says is just his imagination, that frontal dementia that he got like his father.
Okay, say less, say less, say less. Sean, please permit me to go to Patsy and then I will follow up with you. Pat, I want to get the female's perspective. Patsy, if Congress allows President Donald Trump's likeness to be added to Mount Rushmore, will this diminish the value of said national monument?
Um, like in some people's eyes, depending on who you ask, it won't diminish. But I think for structure's sake, I think it will. The whole thing will crumble, including Donald Trump's face, will crumble down to the ground. And who's going to be below that monument when it does crumble? Bunch of Americans be like, I can't believe this.
Mm,
And
mm.
then they did because Trump wanted his face up there. I'm number one. Look at me. No, he has no sense of consequences.
Mm. Sean, what's your perspective?
He never did anything that none of them did. Nothing.
Go ahead, Sean.
Um,
Hold on, Sean.
yep.
1 second, because we said we have to speak on these unfounded statements. Timmy, that, my brother, I have to dispute what you just said. You said he never did anything that the others that are currently on that mountain did. Yes, he did. He became president, and he did it twice. But I don't need a rebuttal. Sean, same question.
Um, in all honesty, I do people even put a value? Like, do they even care about Mount Rushmore?
That's a good question.
Right?
But putting him up there, only because we're living in this time and he's doing the things that he's doing. Uh, for all the ones that are up there, morally, they all had the same compass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's that's all I got.
You know, I get what you're saying. Birds of a feather flock together, and,
that's
and
it.
his
Exactly.
nesting place should
Yeah,
be
yeah,
amongst
yeah,
his
but
own.
he's trying to force them to put
Timmy,
him up
no,
there.
no,
He's
no.
trying to force them to
You
put
had your
himself
two
up
minutes.
there.
You had your 2 minutes. We are now going to go on to Gregory. Gregory, 2 minutes.
Let me get the question again.
If Congress allows President Trump's likeness to be added to Mount Rushmore, will it diminish the value of said national monument?
I kind of agree with Sean on this one, but because I know that Mount Rushmore really used to be something called the Six Grandfathers Mountains,
Yes, nephew, speak on it. Go ahead.
and these people came over here and sculpted over other people's sculptures, and you
Speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
Speak
if you
Mm-hmm.
on it.
if you're hip to National Treasure, it's all about
Mm-hmm.
Mount Rushmore. And if you
Mm-hmm.
know these explorer stories, they always talk about the Americas having riches and gold and these
Mm-hmm.
secret cities. So when you start to talk about the black, brown, copper colored people that was already here, whose faces was already on there, why would you ever care who the hell they're trying to put on their Mount Rushmore? That's not really, they're thieves. They stole everything.
That's
Everything.
right.
Amen. Amen.
Land that they stole
Who the
yet
hell
again.
cares?
Yet
Fucking
again.
take all of those people off and put Donald Trump by himself. We can use that.
Um,
To get rid of the other ones.
Okay. I was with you
can
too.
I add to what
Wait
he
a
said?
minute, Tanya, wait a minute. Wait. One
That
second,
was good,
Tanya.
Gregory.
One second.
Oh my goodness.
One second. Go ahead, Tanya. Go ahead. Then
I
we
was
gonna
just
go to
gonna
Robert.
say that everything Donald Trump touches dies. Look what he's done to the White House. Look what he's done to the reflecting pool. Look what he's trying to do to the Lincoln Memorial. He wants to
Mm-hmm.
put a big old arch right there. So
Mhm.
if you were to put his face on Mount Rushmore, I have to agree with Patsy to say that everything will come crashing down. And
I said that.
I would just add that it would be God's will
Uh-huh.
for it to come tumbling down.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Robert,
did did
Timmy,
y'all
no,
see? Did y'all see?
Timmy. Robert, go ahead, Robert.
Okay, I don't know how I can make sense of this, but me, it really doesn't matter. It's no concern of mine. I don't care about a Mount Lee, so why should I care about Mount Rushmore? You know, Mount Lee is
Enlighten us.
where the Hollywood logo is. I don't give a rat's care.
Mm.
Okay, that was brief. Timmy, be brief.
What I was saying about the shit that he's doing is that he he's a pillager. That goes in with the peas. He's a pillager.
Timmy.
You know, he's pillaging from everybody. He tells you to go and his whole thing is to make you think that he's gonna be the savior when all actuality you need to be saved from him.
Mm-hmm.
I land it.
America are pillagers. We go look, and even the dog reference earlier about us being dogs. Yes, we wear dog tags. We are known as the dogs. You know who we're the dogs for? Great Britain, who's controlling all the land. You get what I'm saying? So, yes, everything you're saying is true. Do you think that they care? They don't give a goddamn, Uncle T.
Pause for a second. Let me answer this question. All right. I'm gonna give you guys my mini skirt answer. So Mount Rushmore, like Gregory stated earlier, this is founded on sacred land of the Indians, and of course, America's founding fathers, the so-called colonists, the so-called first inhabitants of the inhabited land. It's a contradiction. So these individuals came there, stole that, just like they did everything else. Once they touched down, stepped foot onto this great land, and this land was great before they called themselves coming in here settling. They didn't settle anything. All they did was bring about a whole bunch of unrest. They are a disturbance. Those people from across the pond that have gone above and beyond, I should say. But if, and this is a big if, because one thing Gregory neglected to tell y'all is, or was, no, I was right, is that Mount Rushmore is located in the Black Hills. I put great emphasis on black.
Yes, because those 6 grandfathers are black people.
And again, these Indians were very intelligent people. So they did all this before these devils came and depicted themselves on a mountain that already had a name. Sounds a lot like something done today. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Imposter syndrome.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, but they can't do nothing without their permission.
We know that, Timmy.
The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
Say it again, sister.
The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy.
That's if you
And
don't
when I
stand up.
say that,
If you don't stand up, yeah, they would destroy you. But if you stand up and fight back, they can't destroy you.
We stood up.
when I
The
say
Trail of
that,
Tears, Uncle T.
Go
That's your
ahead,
people.
Tanya.
Go
when
ahead,
I
Tanya.
say that, I think that that's why a lot of those other countries look at us as evil, not good, because Gregory said that America is nothing but a bunch of pillagers, and that's what American do.
Yes, ma'am.
America do. They go into other countries pillaging their land.
That was the way of the
Yes, ma'am.
land. That was the
Those are
way of the
those.
land, though.
No. That's the way of the savage man.
And you
That was
think
the
that
way
these
of the
people are
land,
our
period.
allies. These people aren't our
And a
allies. No, these
person,
are their cousins. They
Every
Timmy,
are in
country.
agreement to go
Timmy,
and
I
take
bet.
So
other
we're
people's
not,
shit.
all of us
Yes.
know that
No.
every country has some type of influence in every goddamn country.
All right.
Every country done invaded some country, and their culture
But we're talking
has
No,
about.
Uncle T.
resonated with their
Watch the
damn
History
culture.
Channel.
All right.
That
Pause for a
is
minute,
the
guys. Pause
Mountain
for a minute.
Invaders,
Hey.
Anglo-Saxons,
Pause
Vikings.
for a minute.
Talk about our
Pause
country
for a
right
minute.
now.
Pause for a minute. You guys are taking this somewhere else.
You
All right.
blew it. You said that question was gonna blow it
Yeah.
up.
Let's go. Let's go to question number 6. Did Donald Trump's overwhelming need to be the main focus of America's 250th celebration sabotage the whole ordeal? Sean, so did his need to be the main focus self-sabotage the celebration?
It did, because there was a number of things that ended up being crazy about that whole entire day.
Mm.
Him needing to be the focal point of it all.
Mm-hmm.
The disaster of what is the ending events of the fireworks, the fire show.
Yeah.
That was garbage. You
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
Just him needing to be the center alone it speaks for itself.
Mm.
speaks for itself.
Everything he touched died.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
nothing about him, nothing about what he wanted to accomplish had anything to do with America, with
Mm-hmm.
celebrating America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tanya,
Yeah.
same question.
I'm gonna agree what Sean said, and I'm gonna say that what was actually originally planned was 10 years in the making, and it was about unity and bringing people together. And he inserted himself, and like I said, everything
Mm-hmm.
that he touched dies. And that's why there was a lot of divine intervention going on, because he's about division and not unity. And
Mm-hmm.
God is about unity and love, and Trump is not. So he didn't allow any of what he was trying to get accomplished to come to fruition.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Pause for a minute, Timmy, and I'm gonna come to you. Let me just give you guys. Boy, Donald Trump, Donald Trump.
And God
So
has a sense of humor. So the fact that
yes,
they had to run into the Black History exhibit.
Yep.
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
you know what, Timmy, go ahead. I'm gonna let you answer.
Now, his damn listen, there was a lot of people that had medical issues, you know, because of his restriction. So my whole take of this, the millions of people who would have stayed at home, and I can't say 100,000 because he didn't have no fucking 100,000 people there.
No.
I'd say about fucking 500 because they were spread out.
The president reported that there was
I don't give a shit what the fuck he reported. He's a lying motherfucker. But
okay.
if the he didn't prepare. So, like
Timmy.
Tanya and Sean said, it was all about him. He didn't care if people passed out. People were standing, a bunch of them were standing underneath of his bullshit arch trying to get shade, and water fucking stations were fucking a mile apart and shit, where
You
they had to walk and from walking one place to another to get to the water, you might have a fucking heat stroke because it was 100 and something degrees that day.
get used to it. The heat in
No,
hell is harder.
no, no, no. I bet you his fucking ass was in the fucking AC fucking trailer. He
He is
was
a
in the AC trailer or in that fucking cave, that
he
his mobile cave.
President of the United States. Tell him, Uncle
okay,
D.
yep. I'm gonna leave it at that. Patsy, what do you say?
Can you repeat the question again?
Yes, no problem. Question number 6. Did Donald Trump's overwhelming need to be the main focus self-sabotage America's 250th anniversary?
Um, he, of course, he sabotaged it, but he only sabotaged it in D.C. Most other places, like here in Boston and Massachusetts, and I'm quite sure a lot of other states, wasn't
Mm-hmm.
nobody paying no attention to him. I was watching the outside of going down the aquarium for a little bit and trying to catch the Constitution turn around, and I missed it. I came back home and I was watching the pops on TV and the fireworks. I wouldn't think nothing about no daggone Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't even. He was the farthest thing from my mind. I was
Uh,
enjoying my day.
Primmich, what do you say? Primmich, you gotta turn your mic on. I will.
Sorry for the
The,
questioning. I'm sorry.
The question is, did Donald Trump's overwhelming need to be the main focus self-sabotage America's 250th anniversary?
Excuse me, I'm so sorry, my viewers. I really didn't pay any of that entertainment on that day any mind. So I wouldn't know because it didn't make a difference in my day.
And that seems
Well,
to be the
let
synopsis
me
with
tell
most.
you that he had a baptism pool there, so maybe you can comment on that.
Wait, 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 stop. Pause right there. Okay. I want to be clear about this. Earlier, I made reference. I said, get used to it because the heat is a whole lot hotter in hell. I'm referring to all those devils that decided to pledge their allegiance, loyalty, and worship our president, Donald Trump. And now you're going to tell me that these mofos had a baptism pool? Who
Absolutely.
amongst them? Who? Who
Tanya,
who is authorized to do this baptism?
give us 15, maybe 20 seconds of entertainment of this because this is something that might just entertain me. Let's hear the circus.
They had, I don't know who was the person that was baptizing people, but they did have a baptism pool there, which I think is a mockery of you going down the devil, you coming up to what? Because
Coming
if
up to you, you're coming up to look in the face of a devil.
because you not exhibiting none of Jesus um tenets. You're not exhibiting none of what he stood for.
Hmm.
No, you
That's
getting
why.
back to the devil's realm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Ain't
but
nobody else there
Was
getting
you
saved.
was you being baptized to allegiance to Trump?
That's what I was referring to.
yeah, but Tanya, that's why that fool said he ain't going to heaven. He hope he do. All the
So he
dumb shit
can't
that
have
he
Christians at
doing,
his
he know
rally.
he ain't
No, no.
going. He know he ain't
Hold on,
going.
Jake.
He
All right.
know he ain't going.
So, Gregory, I'm gonna go ahead. You answer the question as
No,
well.
hold on. I just want to ask that before I even answer the
No. You
question.
need to answer the
He
question.
can't have Christians at his rally. Now he's
He,
the devil, right? Okay.
there are devils that fellowship
They asked a
with
lot of
Christians.
He
questions.
can't have a pastor at his rally that baptized the pool for them to get in because it's a
That's
hot
what
day
we want.
outside.
That's what we want to know.
That
Who is the author?
he has nothing to do with the weather. But it's
He
so
they,
sick that y'all are blaming everything had to do with him. Even nature.
what
Shh,
the
be
hell
quiet,
that
Timmy.
he been doing?
This is his time. Go ahead, Gregory.
What's the question?
Repeat the
Uh,
question,
hold
Dave.
on, Gregory.
Oh
Oh
shit.
boy. There you go. Question number 6. Did Donald Trump's overwhelming need to be the main focus self-sabotage America's 250th anniversary?
Okay. Let those with unbiased eyes give their opinion.
Ooh. And you quoting from what book?
I'm quoting from me, the book of Greg.
Oh,
With his unbiased eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, I
And
watch.
the
How
biased
many of you
eyes of a
actually
liar should
watch?
be plucked out and
How
placed
many of
upon a
you
mountain,
actually
so
watch the
that
whole?
eagles can
Lord
feast
have
upon
mercy.
them.
How
That's from
many
the
of
book
Oh,
you?
of David.
How many of you
you
actually
need
watched
some
the?
peroxide in your eyes like they poured
Timmy,
in that
Let
fucking
him
damn
let him
electric
answer,
pool.
Tim.
Timmy, let him finish, because I know what you're trying to do. Go ahead, Gregory.
How many of you actually watched the full 30 minutes? Because I
I
know most of you on this panel can't stomach the dude.
So
You
Gregory, that
didn't.
answers your question, nephew.
So none of y'all watched the whole thing. Thank
You
you. That's all I
definitely
wanted to
did.
know.
I know
So
you
why
did.
would you
Man, I
even?
wasn't paying attention. to Trump for nothing.
What did he do at this speech that made this whole speech about him? Because he didn't do anything that made the whole speech about him. He cracked a couple of jokes here and there in between him honoring all the people, all the veterans that went down with certain types of flags from America.
That he did.
This
That
is
he
really
did.
true.
That
And
he
he
did.
started off with an African American once again. So what for all you people throwing jabs like it's funny the lightning came. No, you know what the lightning striking and them people going into that museum was about. And then when he came out with his speech that's already pre-written, might I add you, and for a person with dementia, he sure did a good job at his speech. And it's certainly funny to people that believe and follow the masses like sheep.
Nope. Well said, Gregory. And you know what? And that's why everybody's perspective is welcome. And again,
Oh, shit.
no, and he has stated some facts in his answer. So
Yeah,
don't take his word for
he
it. Nope,
he
Timmy,
say some
Timmy.
facts, but it was definitely funny to listen to the other bullshit.
He if you don't
What
take his
was the
word for it,
bullshit?
go and research it.
Give us a hint.
All right, so Sean, you're waiting
I
to answer
can't.
this question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Sean, question number 6. Did Donald Trump's overwhelming need to be the main focus of the celebration? I feel
I'm
like you
sorry.
answered
Nope.
this.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
Yes, you
I
did.
did.
All right. So I'm going to, as I'm asking you, I'm going to say, all right. So did he self-sabotage it? I'm going to say yes because our president has a habit of doing and saying things that are not needed, right? He if he had any redeeming qualities, they are shadowed by all the bad he does. So if there's any good that he does, it's shadowed by his bad deeds. So he's standing at the foot of Mount Rushmore, and the forefathers are glooming over him, right? They're creating shade, creating a shadow, and he is doing the same too. But again, it is important to know this. There was a lot of things that did not happen in his favor. The weather, heat, lightning. Then there was an issue with the fireworks, I'm being told, right? But there was also something that was said, and I think they did a good job with covering it up, unlike what they did with Biden. Trump had a problem breathing.
Yeah, yeah.
Timmy, let me make
And
it clear.
that's a lie. I'm here to tell you, I watched the full 30 minutes. It
Listen,
sounds stupid.
Gregory, listen to what I'm
It's
saying to
crazy.
you.
He was
You're
breathing
not listening. That's why
for
you're
30
jumping the
minutes
gun.
talking.
You're jumping the gun. That's why you're not listening. I'm not saying that he had a problem during the speech. I just told you he did. He was well delivered. It was well delivered. He had a problem with breathing beforehand. He even told you if you thought that was easy getting up here, something like that, you know.
No. He said it's been 250 years. You thought that was easy. It wasn't. That's what he said. He
But
was talking about America.
that was a play
Go
on
back and listen to it. You
Jay.
tripping.
Jay, I'm only telling you when they broke it down. So that was a play on words. He was comparing himself to America's journey. Just don't take my word for it. Go look. The man has health problems, and if he self sabotaging
This
things
is
because
DTS.
he can't get out of his own way. But we're gonna move on. Sean, I'm
Y'all
gonna hit
got
you with
Donald
the next
Trump
question.
syndrome, yo.
I'm gonna hit you with the next question. All right.
Oh, you,
Now, Timmy,
you,
no, we need to move on to the next question. We really do.
oh,
All right,
shit.
question number 7. Question number 7. Sean, I'm gonna start with you. How does the Americas of 2026 mirror the Americas of 1776. So what are we doing currently that mirrors 1776? What makes current times similar to days of old?
We're a divided nation,
Yes, yes.
and we actually have to where in 1776 we didn't have a single leader by himself dictating the climate of the world, but we do now.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as his voice can be heard, there will be division in this world.
Well said, well said. And everybody else follows suit. Robert, same question. How does current America mirror America of old? You gotta turn your mic on. Gotta go, gotta go. Patsy, same question. How does the America of 2026 mirror the Americas of 1776?
It's still a decrepit mindset of white people over black people, over women, over anybody else that they think are a lesser type of people than what they are. Very prejudiced and hateful.
Yes, yes. Timmy, follow suit, same question. How does America of 2026 mirror the Americas of 1776?
Well, we got a dumbass president craving for attention, and he wants it to be 1776 because he tried so hard to be a part of the elite, right? So golfing was his role to being a part of the elite. And this dumb fool, he's so stupid that he don't realize the things that he's doing, and anything to him is something, that's gonna push things. As long as he twists people's arms along the way, because you got to bow down to this idiot, and he's definitely a goddamn idiot. He don't know his left from his right.
Okay. Robert, how does America of 2026 mirror the Americas of 1776?
I'm just gonna go ahead and agree with Miss Patsy.
Okay. Tanya, what's your perspective?
Wasn't George Washington the president in 1776?
Gotta do a fact check.
I'm going to agree with some of what Sean said, but I'm going to also say that I'm agree with Patsy as well, but I'm going to add that there's still an economic divide. They still look at us as property, look at the mass incarceration. There's still slavery going on mentally and physically, like I said, with the mass incarceration. So yeah, and we're still being governed by the KKK.
Mm, okay. Sean, what's your perspective?
I was first, sir.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Gregory. Same question.
Let me get the question one time so I'm saying exactly what I want to.
How does America of 2026 mirror the Americas of 1776?
I believe it's smoke and mirrors. Nothing has ever changed. And it's sad that we even think about it in a way like we fought so much for this, that, and the third, but we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. It landed on us. And we're still trying to fit in to this rock that landed on us when we should be hurting trying to get away from it. And for some reason, we feel like, no, 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 we got this long history of doing what these people want us to do. Y'all just don't get it. It's just crazy. It's nuts.
Mhm. Okay, we're going to go to the last question of the night. Question number 8. We're going to start with Timmy. Is America still a pillar of power or a shell of its former global glory? Timmy?
Uh, Under this dumbass fucking leadership, he don't display no type of power. Uh, he's jealous of Biden, Obama, both of Clinton, and both of the Bushes. And this idiot is trying so hard to do something to surpass all the five of those presidents that I named. He's trying to do any and everything to do something to say, I did this and these presidents didn't do. It's never going to happen because you are a failure. You are an idiot. You are a pedophile, a pillager, and a con artist.
Robert? Same question.
I'm like kind of scared to even say the thing after that young gentleman right there. What was the question?
Question number 8. Is America still a pillar of power or a shell of this former global glory?
First thing that came to my mind was I remember when you went to work somewhere and you can either get paid peanuts or you can get, peanuts with nothing in it, just a shell. So we are definitely looking like the shell of what we used to be. How to rebuild, who knows? When, who knows? I only can say time will tell when we get a new leader and when they adjust what have happened to our country.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well said, well said. Gregory?
Word to William Regal. The power is in the punch. Are you out your mind? Didn't we beat Venezuela? Didn't we just beat Iran? He told you in his speech. We sunk their ships like 17 such and such. I don't even care what the date was. Yes, we are back in our position of being a superpower. We are the superpower. He told you in the speech. We were at odds with China and Russia. We're rushing to the moon. I don't believe none of this bullshit, but America's in the lead now again. So once again, you're talking about this man as if he's not doing things just because you don't like it. It doesn't mean it's not happening. You
Well
want to
said.
talk about Massachusetts? Massachusetts just allowed these people to take down an American flag and put up a Somalian flag. Are y'all out y'all minds? Y'all don't see what's going on? Keep voting Democrat. You see what's gonna happen to you. They're gonna replace you.
Mhm.
Thank you for your insight. Tanya, the question is, Is America still a pillar of power or a shell of their former global glory?
Like I said, the United States is laughing stock of the global community. Anything Donald Trump touches, it dies. He is systematically turning us into the shithole countries that he tried to call everybody else.
Mm, mhm. Well said, well said. Sean.
They're still a superpower. Um, I won't say that we're a shell of our former glory
Yes.
because we still lead in economics, military, technology, but we're not the only one. We're not the only superpower. And um, meaning like if something was to happen to America, there's one or two countries that can come right up behind us and pick up where we left off.
Mm, okay.
I have to add Iran being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're communists.
Same question, Patsy.
We're still a country of power. We're just slightly less, and you know, and what I mean by slightly less is like we're less respected. We're less, um, the power isn't as strong as it was before Trump. Um, yeah, it's people
What?
have respect for this country because how things are being run and what's happening in the world because of us.
Mhm. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the show with a poem. I had a flashback of a time when African Americans were proud to be Black. And Big Mama's house was not a movie, it was a point of refuge, a safe place with a big yard out back. And in front of the house sat Daddy and Grandpa working on a Cadillac while grooving to the sounds coming from the 8-track. Nowadays, it seems that we have lost our ways. The once free world is full of dismay, and the great American people are gleefully being misled by a madman with far too much to say. Now ask yourself, how did we get here? The truth may be more than you are willing to bear. Simply put, we, the people, no longer care unless we are contributing to someone else's despair. America, beware, because the enemy is drawing near. And these perpetrators are the authors and architects of America's worst nightmare. This has been the Still a Man podcast. You guys stay prayed up. God bless you.